Morning, Damien. How you doing? How was your day? Yeah, Euro USD, and this is where it's super important. So I kind of saw this yesterday. We kind of had our M15 structure here. We had our lower high, lower low, created a lower high, then we created this lower low, then we came up here, and you could see it was a very weak break. We didn't really break with any real conviction or momentum here. Morning, DB. So yeah, we didn't really break with any real conviction here, and plus at this point, if we kind of go to the daily, we have our fib zone here, and then we do have a kind of daily area of demand that sits at the bottom here. Now I refined this area of demand down on the 1 hour. Everything below that is pretty efficient. So at this point here, when price started to push to the upside, I wasn't overly convinced with buying this because we didn't have a clean break above this M15 lower high. And then you could see today price kind of came in and created a new low, and now we've kind of come into this 50% of this GAN box. So I'm personally still going to be patient with Euro USD. We are in a key area of higher time frame reversal. Daily pullback is complete in this area, but again, there's nothing to say that price won't do this and come in lower here before it shifts, if it shifts, so there's as tempting as it kind of looks, we could be kind of in a 15-minute retracement now, where price, you could see what we did here. We came down, more or less came into 50% of this area of demand, came up to supply failed, and then price started to push up to the top side. So we could see price starting to enter that retracement, but personally I want to see a nice break of a 15-minute high in order to trade this. So Euro's kind of a no-go area for me now until we kind of see a shift. Hey Joe. So yeah, but we are in a good area of reversal. Just need to see that pullback. Well, need to see a breaker structure more than anything else. Now, if you're interested in trading the 15-minute pullback, if we kind of see, if we preemptively say, right, this is our 15-minute low. Let's just delete this for a second. Where can we expect price to probably work its way up to? We could probably expect price to come back up into here, fill out this imbalance, at least mitigate this before another push down. Whether it has a push down or it reacts from this and shoots off and creates a new 15-minute high will be another situation that we'll kind of need to wait and see what price does. But until that point, it's kind of in a tricky area, because it is still bearish, but we're expecting price to reverse. So what do you kind of do, And again, all this price action has all just been pretty choppy, but you could probably see price somewhat coming down to this area of demand and then continue pushing to the upside from here as a M15 pullback, because we have broken it. But again, we haven't really created any 5-minute structure here. All of these are very, very minor pullbacks, nothing of any real significance. So risky with tight stops. What else do we have on our watch list? AUD so it's just pretty much nothing. It's just sideways consolidating, not really seeing a shift off of this region here, so we just need to be patient and wait and see what it does. AUD JPY missed out on trades, and I kind of said this last week as well. Joe, you remember when we did our one-to-one? What did I say when we had that last one-to-one, when we started to push up? Did I not say that we have this area of unmitigated demand down here? We're reacting to this. We could see a pullback for the next continuation to fill out, to complete the entire pullback before we potentially see this, which is the natural expectation of price in this uptrend. Well, we could see that, or we're in that daily area of sell-off, but the goal here was we had this area of demand, price bounced off it after we had this sell-off, so it was like a pullback and then a continuation down from that point. And that's exactly what price kind of did. You know, you can see we started to shift higher, started to kind of create this structure to the top side, and then we kind of came down, big sell-off, pull back, and then we started to shoot off. You caught the sell when it comes to 70%. Yeah, I didn't catch it, to be fair. I wasn't even really paying attention to it. Yeah, you could perfectly see it came into that 70%, sold off, retested that 70%, and then price started to sell off to the downside. Hey Mastia, that would have been a good trade. 150 plus pips, still some way to go in my opinion. I think it could at least come down to like 90.200. So yeah, personally I kind of missed that, so I'm not really looking for buyers when price comes here, because price has come into that daily area and there's the low, so I would want to see a break of this and then start to short for the next daily push to the downside. So yeah, now for me, AJ is literally, can we see a break of this? If we can, then we have this nice pullback area for continuations to the downside. Is what I'll be looking at on AJ. But nice, well done. Pound AUD, let's have a look at Pound AUD. So Pound AUD has been, if you kind of look at this from a kind of had this, price came down, started to push up, it respected this. I think Pound AUD, we could see Pound AUD looking to take out this previous monthly high and starting to head back to the top side. On a longer term perspective, we are in a, well, it looks like we're going to break through, but we were in a weekly area of supply here where we had this huge drop, and what I was expecting was just potentially see this area. You could see we had this 4-hour pullback and then we created a new high. I was expecting to see if we would get a daily pullback from this significant area of supply, but for now it's, you know, it's still within this region. So unless it breaks out, if it breaks out, like where's the next area of supply? The next area of supply sits at 1.94. So then we've kind of got our 4-hour structure like this. We probably see a continuation push to the top side. So it's still within that weekly area of supply, as you can see, where price kind of sold off. So kind of want to see, it looks like it's breaking out, but we'll wait and see what it does. Yeah, I can turn the music down a bit if it's a bit loud. There's an IBOS on the M15, so waiting for the M15 break. What pair is that for, Joe? Marcia, let me know if that's alright, if that's quite enough. So AUD NZD, we could see a pullback from here before the next kind of push to the top side. I had this area of supply marked. GA. GA is just messy, like, yeah. Yeah, I'm not really interested in trading it anywhere here where it's at. AED NZD, this could be a good one. Again, overall bullish. We tapped into this extreme demand and we kind of rallied off. But we've got all of this inefficiency below, and we have had this area of supply that was unmitigated. So we could, on an M15 right now, as we could see, kind of had this push down and then we had a break above. If we can see a change of character here and a pullback, we could start to short this from this point to fill out some of these inefficiencies and imbalance down here below. So, but again, need it to react, because it could quite easily just react from this demand and continue pushing higher from this point. Hey, morning Anchor. AUD USD, so we just had another 15-minute breaker structure. We just never got a deep retracement. So I had secured partials, like 70% of my trade within this region here. So my trade was down here, which I called last week. So the pullback into this area of demand continued higher. So I closed 70% here, and then when we failed to close above this and price started to break below this region, I kind of closed the remainder of mine, because if we haven't broken above the previous high, then the likelihood is price is then going to continue down. So that's exactly what's happened. So overall, it's heading towards that weekly, that daily pullback area, which aligns at like 0.64300. So we could see price definitely heading down towards there before we see a shift, and at least we could probably see a deeper pullback. We could probably see something like this. So right now we've got our M15 structure. So we had this. Now we got this. So if we continue down and then have some sort of a shift from here, we could start trading back up into like 0.67200. We can't start to trade to continue above the daily high until the 4-hour isn't broken. Well, yeah, until the 4-hour isn't broken, because here this was all just messy sideways price action. So this was all just internal price action. We were trending here pretty nicely, and then sorry, give me 1 second, guys. So yeah, we could see some nice buys, but not set up quite yet. Not set up quite yet. Euro AUD is crawling back towards this area, you know, kind of creating some structure. So again, if we can see something like this, a shift, then we can start trading it. So I was potentially looking for buys if price had kind of come down into this area of demand, but we just never got a deep enough pullback to kind of enter that. So this will probably be set up for what are we on, Wednesday? You know, it could be this week, could be next week. Now again, like I said, Euro USD, it's we've already covered this, so I'm not really going to go into it. So pound USD, just got to be careful like with continuing to short this, because I have refined the demand zone down to this hour, but you could see there's a 4-hour area of demand here which price kind of tapped into. So you know, price could enter have a 15-minute breaker structure to enter a 4-hour pullback, which would push price back up into that 1.25 1.26 kind of region. So for now, I want to be careful. We have mitigated the 4-hour, not mitigated the 1 hour, and price kind of came into this region, tapped into this supply, and started to sell off. Now if we look at the reversal of this, we can kind of see prices in that key area. We could see price do this, or we could see price create a new low and tap into this. Obviously we don't know. We just need to be mindful that price has tapped into a 4-hour area of demand down here, which I've refined down to the 1 hour. But still, it is bearish. Lower time frame hasn't really. What have we done here actually? Could probably see something like we did this, and we had a shift, tapped into demand, and we could start to see price shifting bullish from this point. So yeah, just be careful with this. So we can see price broke through this and continuing down on the daily. Let's look at the M15, and this is why it's important to see this price shift. You can see we never got any kind of shift. Like, where's our next M15? Probably down here now. What's that? Yeah, 40 plus pips. So we now have an M15 breaker structure here. So right now, if we're looking at this, where can price be heading towards? Price could be heading back down towards 0.79900 kind of region. You know, you can see we're creating these internal daily structures. So we could be doing this to come down into this area. So pretty bearish. Tapped into that weekly reversal point, as you can see here. You know, there was our weekly structure. Big push. There was a retracement into our Fibonacci, and then we start to sell off. So now, currently, nice trending bearish structure. Now, if the M15 shifts bullish, then like I said, we have a nice daily structure. Swing structure, and the 4-hour kind of sits within that, because we've just been selling off. We've just not really had, you know, like here you could see we had 4-hour structure trending within that daily, but here we've just kind of aggressively sold off. So you just need to be we could see some buy opportunities in this, some counter trend trading in this pair, back up into 0.84400, where we have that unmitigated supply zone, and we have all of this imbalance. But again, we need the M15 to kind of shift. You know, we've got equal lows here, so there's no real structure formed right now. You know, where's our high? There's our M15 high, there's our M15 low, so price could just pull back into here and continue selling off. So what we really need to see is this high broken, something like this, and then we can start trade the higher time frame pullback before the next push down. So NZD JPY, you can see prices come to this extreme demand after it mitigated this area of supply. Now, you know, I think I kind of mentioned it previously. You know, yes, we have some structure here, but you could see these are like, there's going to be lots of liquidity resting below these. Price could come all the way down into like this area of demand here before it does this. You could just see this as an area of liquidity. So trying to buy over here where it's at is not the play, in my opinion anyway. If price breaks below this and we get a nice, if price gets a closure below this low here, then any kind of pullback I'll be looking to trade down into like 82, into this area of unmitigated demand. But I do want to see a closure here. If price just starts to continue pushing up, then we haven't really broken the low, so expecting price to continue down from there is very risky. So you just want to be mindful there. USD CAD, so you can see USD CAD, I think I kind of mentioned it, it's approaching this area of daily supply. Now within that, price is just choppy. I've not even traded this or looked at this. It's just no here nor there. We're not getting no real pullbacks or anything like that, so not really keen in looking at this at all. So USD JPY, so you could see we broke. So we broke the most recent M15 structure here. We come in to do break above this. That was kind of equal. Morning, Adams. So we kind of had a shift here. So we had a break here. Now a retracement back into this kind of area. We could see some further shorts, because price has been pretty aggressively extended, as you can kind of see. So we could then probably see price pulling back into like 136, 135 kind of area before the next 4-hour push up. So on the 5-minute, you can see we have an area of supply here that sits within our fib, but we also do have an area of imbalance above over here at the extreme. So, you know, I would wait for a lower time frame shift, or just wait for price to come to this extreme, because you can see, you know, we've got this huge area of imbalance here, and we have this area of supply here. So I wouldn't be going in aggressive here on a lower time frame at all. Price heading back up here, this kind of area. Shorts look pretty good from that point. What else do we have? US 30, US 30. Not much is happening with US 30. Is there any pairs anyone else is looking at? Let's see what GJ's doing. Yeah, so GJ's kind of similar. This looks pretty good. I can already probably preempt and say this sits within our fib confluence. Boom, look at that. Yeah, so GJ shorts look good as well. You know, you could see we had a push up, pull back, had an M15 break, had a change of character. Now, again, we're pretty overextended. Look at the 4-hour break. We've had a daily break, a 4-hour break. So price is due a retracement. Now, yes, price has reacted from this area of demand, but I think we could definitely see some downside over here, and we have a nice area of supply. We have liquidity resting above here. We have some minor imbalance here, and price above here is pretty efficient, so we have this nice area for price to continue pushing down on, and start to get some 4H retracement from this area. So some shorts on GJ seem pretty good. Probably better on GJ than UJ. So you guys watching any pairs? Anything kind of happening? Anyone catch any good trades? Getting ready to chart up in a bit. Nice, nice, nice. Look at pound CHF, continued off of that area. I think we could see that heading back up to where I said. Yeah, I think gold is going to be one of those ones where there was positions this morning, so I'm in a position here like lower risk, just continuing that 5-minute structure. So you could see with gold, if we look at gold, oh, have I got this one? Stop this here. So if you look at gold, we kind of had our 15-minute high, and we had our 15-minute low over here. We had our M15 breaker structure here, so we kind of shifted here above this high, and we broke above this to enter that 15-minute pullback. Now we have an area of supply here that sits within this. Now I wasn't interested, there was no trade over here, but when price kind of started to come into this area, we had this internal break here, pullback, and then we had this break here. So then as price is coming here, I'm expecting the 5-minute to continue its overall trend to the upside until we kind of tap into this kind of area here. But we are pretty choppy within this area, but because we created some lower time frame structure here, I was okay in kind of taking a position over here. There was nothing, none of these were significant pullbacks. We didn't create any kind of new structure, where as we came into this area, we started to kind of create that structure. So now it's kind of just hovering around here. We've got news today, so overall it's still, you know, bearish. We've not seen an M15 shift happen, so it's just like intraday internal trading this. We have some areas of supply here. This is the pullback area, so you could see price create that new internal high, you know, protect this, break above this, create that 5-minute trend pushes higher, 15-minute pullback complete, and then expect price to shift and then continue bearish. So, you know, being patient is key. We do have news. What time? We have news at 3 o'clock, jolts at 3 o'clock. So we'll see how this moves. But overall, still bearish on gold. No significant pullback. BTC, yeah, click at BTC. So you could see, like, look at Bitcoin, it perfectly reacted to this pullback area and continued higher. We never tapped into this area yet. So what I'm expecting on Bitcoin is, like I had, there's our 4-hour high, there's our 4-hour low. We're probably just right now having a pullback off of this for a next push up and then sell off. So I'm expecting price to get back into like 28,500, 28,900 kind of region before we see the next push down. And I'm expecting price to kind of come into this daily area of demand, and that aligns with our daily pullback over here. You can see that. Appreciate that. So yeah, overall still bearish. I'm expecting a pullback into here, 4-hour pullback, and then see the next push to the downside. But right now, you know, I think we'll see some bullish momentum. So if we see the current price action here that we have, you know, we could see a nice reaction off of this area of demand. So we could see a nice reaction of like that 26,780 kind of region. So you could see price pushing into here and then seeing that next push up. So that would be my view on Bitcoin, but eventually I do see it working its way back down to 22,300 area. Pound CHF, this could be another good trade. I'll probably look for another re-entry if we can get a nice closure above this, pull back into this unmitigated demand, and then see the next push up. Could be a good move. USD CHF. Yes, so USD CHF came into this what time frame? Let's see, it's not showing on the monthly visibility month. Okay. So we kind of had this monthly indecision candle here in this demand zone. Price came into a significant zone. You could see higher time frame, you know, it's been selling off like crazy. You know, there's been like no bottom on this pair. Now it's a pretty difficult one, right? We tapped into this, so we kind of had this push up here, failed to close above these kind of highs here, and then we started to sell off. So overall, still bearish. We're coming into some key areas. If we look at the weekly chart, you know, you can see it reacted off of that 50% kind of zone here. On the daily, what I'd like to see is, can we break out of this supply? If we can break out of this supply, then 4-hour pullbacks and continuation trades seem pretty good. You know, we had a change here, and then we've been chaining on this pretty nicely. So if we can break above this area of supply here, which you could see here, then we can start to trade this back up. You know, we have unmitigated supply up at 0.93. Then we have further supplies above. We have supply sitting up at 0.99. So I think if we can break out of this region here, then we can see some nice pushes to the top side. But it's been pretty choppy. I think we had some weak retail numbers for CHF this morning as well. I think they're slowing down with their rate hikes and stuff, so there's some weakness coming in for CHF. See what NAS is doing. NAS has just been on a tear, big time. I think we could see some pullbacks on NAS, but it's messy. There's just like, what do we have? We have an area of supply above here. So if we look at this, yeah, so if NAS comes back into 14,480 region, I'll be interested in shorting, because again, it's so overextended, and we've kind of seen demand here fail. Price reacted to it, and then we kind of sold off. So we do have liquidity above these highs, liquidity above these highs, some imbalance here, unmitigated area of supply here. So nice area to short from. So I'm going to set an alert here actually. CAD JPY potential buys up to the sell block. Sell block? What is that, Joe? Teach me something I don't know. What time frame are you looking at? So see here, we had a very marginal daily break. There was no real conviction with a daily break here. You know, it was very weak. So we could right now be seeing this bullish. You know, we have an area of supply here, we have an area of supply here. So I'm going to delete the supply. Actually, I'm going to put it back where it currently is. So I'm not keen on buying this. I'm not keen on buying this because you can see we had our last 4-hour break, so we could see a 4-hour pullback before a 4-hour continuation. No, because you got to remember, like, yeah, but you don't want to be buying here because the 4 hours already had a break to the top side. So you at least want to see a 4-hour pullback before you start trading the next 4-hour above. And we are in this 4-hour area of supply over here. So we should anticipate you know, if anything, I'll be looking at potential shorts on this, because if we mark the high to the low here, we could see we have a perfect area of unmitigated supply here, and price above this is efficient. So you could see demand was reacted here, and then demand failed over here, and then we start to sell off. Now all this is one price action, so retracement into here would be good to start trading the 4-hour pullback, which again, if we then look at the 4-hour, this was the 4-hour low to the high. We have this unmitigated area of demand. It's a bit choppy, but this area. So I'm not looking at buys, I'll be looking at shorts. Price can come back into 103.300, and then from that point trade down to the 4-hour pullback, and then after that we can start to look for some potential buys to continue higher. Hopefully that makes sense. Be right back, guys. Sorry, I'm back. Come on, gold, you're gonna move. So we'll be looking at scaling some partials out on gold up over here, which is like like close to 70 pips. At least that way, if price doesn't get up to my overall TP before news and it ends up reversing, at least I've secured partials. You know, I never want to leave huge amounts on the table pre-news. And again, if news comes out and reverses gold down, happy days, I'm fine with it. You know, I've then secured profits for the day. It's a profitable day. Can't sit there asking for more. Right, anyone have any questions, anything they want me to have a look at? Feel free to drop it in the chat. Otherwise, I'm pretty much going to be off. It's always short, sharp, and to the point. Never one for sitting around on a stream for too long. Weather's nice as well, so yeah. Feel free to drop any charts if you want me to have a look at anything. Any questions? If not, then yeah. Kind of call it there. No worries, Damien. More than welcome. Right, everyone. Have a good one. Take it easy and trade safe. News later, and I'll catch up with you guys soon. Peace.